Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a Patreon request from this patrono right here. Asked us to check out Sovereign with counter-tech. Not counter-attack, counter-tech. You know in soccer they don't say counter-attack anymore?
Why?
They say transition football. That's I'm surprised you don't know that. That's the new thing. Nobody says like, oh, that team is really dangerous on the counter-attack. No, that team is really fluid on their transitions. They play great transition football.
It's stupid though.
Because it's not necessarily a counterattack.
Yes.
Sometimes the other team has possession in their offensive end. They're not necessarily attacking. They just have possession. And then they lose that possession. And that creates quick transition that
For the other team to
score.
Which is a counterattack.
No, because the other team technically was not attacking. They were just literally holding possession in the attacking front.
Yes,
That's not quite the same thing.
But no
That's
one says counterattack if they're just in there and then they get counterattack is when you're on the
you're on the defense and then
you're on the defense.
I understand what you're saying.
The ball in an attacking front. But if someone's in, if you're in the other team's box and you're passing it around trying to find an open, you're technically on the attack. Once you're
not in the defending
You're
zone.
on the defense anymore. You're on the attack. You're in the other team's area.
Anyways, nobody says it. The in thing right now is transition football.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, just wanted to share there with all of you footy lovers out there. So, Sovereign counterattack. You ready?
Not even say attack. I don't know.
No, it says counterattack.
Yeah, counterattack. But we were talking about attack, so
no,
I thought
because the whole counterattack led me into counterattack.
Yeah.
I already explained that. Let's not be redundant. All right, you ready now?
Yes.
It started off right away. It's getting meaty. has got to be the worst visualizer I've ever seen. The solo is good. It just feels a little... No, the solo is good. The song just overstays its welcome. It's like a porno movie with a lot of dialogue. You know, this song reminds me of a post a friend of mine, a friend of mine who's a music journalist. I can't remember exactly what magazines he's currently working for or websites. And Loudwire, I think, is one of them. But anyways, he works with a lot of those popular websites doing reviews, and he's really a prog guy. And he wrote on Facebook, like, what's the difference between progressive death metal and technical death metal? And at the beginning, like when I first read that, I was like, what a stupid question to ask. And then 2 seconds later, I was like, yeah, what's the difference between progressive death metal and technical death metal? Because both genres have, there's a huge Venn diagram where those two genres meet.
Yes, but progressive death, at least in my layman's terms, progressive death metal is death metal with progressive elements, so it confuses you. Because prog confuses me, at least. So it's just confused death metal.
But a lot of the elements in progressive death metal is really technical guitar playing, which then falls into the spectrum of technical death metal.
But in technical death metal, it's not really... Yes, there's elements that cross,
Dude, there's a difference. I know that there is a difference, but what I'm saying to you is when you start to analyze the two, there's more in common than what it separates. I'm telling you. Because a lot of times in progressive death metal, if you listen to a band, for example, Persephone is a progressive death metal band, right? So if you listen to them and you listen to Beyond Creation, who's a technical death metal band, there's a lot of similarities in terms of how the guitars sound. There's differences, obviously, but I think there's actually more in common than what it separates. This song kind of brought that point of discussion. I think to me the only... Let me just finish my point. The main difference I see between those two genres is the use of the bass. The use of the bass in technical death metal is completely different.
It's way higher.
It has way more predominance. It hits completely different. It comes through in the mix completely different than it does in progressive. To me, that if there is one key factor that you can say, okay, what separates the two, for me, is the bass.
That's what you're saying is progressive death metal is like...
Technical death metal without the bass.
It's like Chuck Liddell, and then technical death metal is Joachim Rodham from Sabaton.
Whatever.
They're both the same, but they're both different.
Okay, fine. If that's what you're going with. Anyhow, Sovereign Counterattack. I kind of figured they were a tech death metal band because I mean Counterattack, tech death metal.
I don't know, but it's just. But I don't know. It wasn't good at all. It was not good.
There was some good riffs here and there.
But I got bored by the time they came.
The song was too long. The song was too long.
It was It was almost 6 minutes, and it felt like longer. It felt like 7,
no,
8, 9.
To me, it kind of
10,
like
11, 12.
They try to stretch that out a little bit too much. This song could have been 3 minutes. It would have been fine.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it would have gotten the point across.
Yeah, if you put all the good shit in that 3 minutes, because there was a lot of downtime. There was quite a bit of down and a lot of stopping and going and stopping.
There was a lot of downtime, but the downtime was not filled in with things that
were good,
that were really like
worth the downtime.
Exactly.
It wasn't good. I can't say it was
I like
good.
the solo, but even
I got
the solo,
bored by then.
but even the solo, like it comes
It was
at a
too
time.
far. It was too far into the track that I've already lost interest. Like I lost interest in this track in the 3rd minute. So the fact that the solo was in the 4th and a half, and then from then on to the
I
end,
agree with you on that.
I would lost interest. If
To
anything,
me,
I probably lost interest closer to the a little bit closer than the 3rd minute. But I'm giving myself the 3rd minute just.
I enjoyed bits and pieces of the song. For example, the vocals I thought were fine. I like that raspiness. It's almost like a thrash metal raspiness on it.
Yeah, but they didn't fit what was happening.
I don't mind. It kind of reminds me of a band called Vector. I don't mind. I can live with it. To be honest with you, the vocals is not what I'm going to harp on, honestly.
Yeah, but the
because
vocals,
of all the things on this song, that's like the least of my concerns.
But the vocals deserved a song like the faster parts.
The vocal style fits better into the. I agree. A song like with that style vocals, you could still be very technical. You just need to be a little bit quicker with it.
And a shorter song.
A more compact song, and you kind of have to. Makes things interesting. Like you said, this song had a lot of downtime, and the downtime of the song was not really any moments that would grip you to the song. It's moments where you like if you're watching a movie at home, those are the moments you get up to go to the washroom or you get up to go to the fridge to grab a drink, because there's nothing really happening that you feel like there's a need for you to completely focus on. So this song, because of the way it's put together and the length, it has a lot of pockets where you can tune it out. You completely disconnect from the song and go about doing something else. And that's not really what any song should do or should want to do. I enjoy moments, I enjoy pieces of the song, but the song felt too long. And once it starts to feel too long and you start to feel like it's not really going anywhere, then you start to like mentally disconnect. You start thinking about other things, like me thinking about this definition between technical death metal and progressive death metal halfway through the song, because you're just not as vibing as much, you're just not as engaged with it. That's all. Yeah. That's all. But there's good stuff in there, but not good enough for me to say I want to hear more from this band, or I want to hear this song again. No, technically I'm hoping I never see this song again. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am. I didn't hate it, but I'm not gonna look for it either.
Yeah, it just wasn't, dude. It was whatever. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't give me what I want, and in the end, I just. It
was not progressive enough, was not technical enough.
It wasn't song enough.
It was just not enough. It was just not enough. It was just not enough. All right, on that note, guys, let us know your thoughts on the comment section, and we'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.